Hello everyone, this is Chaim Durst. Today I'd like to talk to you about a topic that is very near and dear to me. Too much description. When I did Control F to search to see how many mentions of descriptive or description in my art of essay there are over 40. And most of them are warnings not to use too much description in your personal statement. Over 21 years, the biggest mistake that I've seen students make is to use too much descriptive language in their essay. When I say to them, describe an incident or an event that has shaped you, I'm not looking for the actual event. I'm not looking for them to focus on details of that event, although those can help. I'm looking at how that event has shaped who they are, has shaped aspects of their thinking, has shaped aspects of their worldview, their psychology, their personality. The event itself does not really matter. I've had students effectively describe caring for a plant withering, watering a plant, something very simple as just watching the leaves on a plant change color. I've also had students talk about a confrontation, a fright, an abandonment. Both can equally be effective, or both can be equally ineffective. What matters is how you use those details to talk about who you are, not the details themselves. I'm going to give you an example here from the model essay that I use in my writing curriculum, The Art of Essay. It's 312 words, which may come as a shock to you, given that you have a 650 word limit. In a later video, I'll cover the essay in its entirety, but today I want to give you little snippets and show you some descriptive language and show you how that descriptive language demonstrates some key aspects of the writer's personality. Here we go. Too much description can doom your essay. Let's say I read 1,500 essays a year. Of those, the vast majority contains too much description. This is not a descriptive essay. Let me repeat that. Your personal statement for the common application or the coalition application is not a descriptive essay. An effective essay won't necessarily just report or tell about something. It will show how the events that you're describing shape who you are. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see is that people naturally, it's easy to sort of default to, hey, this is what happened. These are the details of what happened, this conflict or this event. It's easy to sort of default to that rather than to look inside yourself and say, okay, well, how did those events shape who I am? What you are describing really doesn't matter. What matters is to focus on who you are, how you got that way, and who you desire to be. What you learned about yourself and the patterns of your response to that action are much more important than the event. The event is just a means to express discovery, self-knowledge. So let me take you through several lines of descriptions from the model essay that I use in The Art of Essay, my writing curriculum. The first thing that hits me when I exit the subway is the smell of half-eaten fries, beer cans, and greasy cheesesteak wrappers. Okay, so what's happening here? What does that show about the person? That they're disgusted by the situation around them, that they feel like they're surrounded by trash, that they feel that their environment is threatening them to some extent. Plastic surgery clinics line both sides of the streets like angry bridesmaids. Every face seems altered, sculpted, knifed. Okay, now we have a much more visceral description of the environment and how it is threatening. It is pressing in on him. It is trying to take away aspects of his identity. Starving women holding Gucci bags walk the streets like extras in a horror movie. A grandma sits in the gutter. In front of her are piles of traditional rice cakes. Okay, so we have 4 lines of description here. Now keep in mind, this is the model essay that I use in my curriculum. And so there are lines of description. So I'm not discouraging you from saying, okay, don't use description, but it's a vehicle to express aspects of yourself. Every one of these lines is directly or indirectly saying something about who the person is, how they got that way, and who they desire to be. They are reacting against their environment and saying, I don't want to be this way. And indeed, at the end of the essay, the writer says, knife your face. I'm happy with mine. Bleach your skin. I'm yellow and proud of it. Grandma, rise up out of the gutter and dance with me, all championing the old Korea, what's left of it. Aha! So now we get a sense that this person is reacting against the over-materialization, the over-industrialization, the over-Americanization of their country. And they're saying that they are a very traditional person, that they have values and thoughts and patterns of belief and behavior that are much more in line with a traditional perspective. So the lines of description, although they're powerful and gripping, they serve a particular purpose to reveal to the reader something very important about the individual. What you describe doesn't really matter. What it says about you does. So please keep that in mind whenever you find yourself over-relying on descriptive material in your essay. So I urge you, if you do use descriptive language, which you should, because it will leave a very powerful picture in the reader's mind. But if you do, and when you do, make sure that you ask yourself, does every line say something important about who I am, about who I became this way, how I became this way, and who I desire to be? If it doesn't, delete it. Challenge yourself to write powerful descriptive writing, but task that writing to be introspective, purposeful, and meaningful. Thank you so very much for joining me today. My name is Chaim Durs.